is in the middle of the little blocks. I want to make sure that I start counting from a big block, and whatever is left, I'm going to add it to. So let's say that I'm going to use this one. So now, how many blocks from here? 1, 2, and 2 little lines. See? So if I have 2 blocks, I know and this EKG, what will be the heart rate with 2 blocks?
2 blocks, 150.
Correct. But it's not accurate. Why? Because it doesn't go from one block to the next block. See? These are blocks. All these, one block right here, one block or one box. But it doesn't mean exactly the same. For that reason, on the next slide, we're going to use the little blocks. Why? Because I can count all the little blocks in between here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So 152.
We're going to do it a little different. No. That's fine. We're going to do it a little different. Because now we're not going to use 300. Remember, when we use the big blocks, we're going to use 300 divided by the number of big blocks. But here, it goes beyond, but it doesn't cover the whole block. So we have to use the small blocks. So we're going to learn that now.
Excuse me, Professor. I'm sorry, but I have to go home.
What did I do?
No, not you. I'm having an asthma attack right now. And
You are?
Yeah, I need my asthma machine, so I need to go.
Oh, you didn't bring it with you.
No, I have my pump.
No, but that's not enough.
Yeah, it's not working.
You're feeling like you're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, go before you get any worse, okay? Feel better.
I hope you feel better.
Tell me to get home.
You sign in, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Now, the little block method. Remember, we have the big blocks, and if we have these QRS that are right there on those big blocks, we just count the big blocks. But the problem with an EKG is that none of them is going to be like right perfect, right? On the blocks, and the blocks is going to be easy. So we have the small blocks. So when we have the small blocks, now we are not going to use 300. Why? Because we are going to have 1,500 little blocks in 1 minute. Think about it. We have 1 minute.
Because don't one little box is 0.04 seconds?
Well, yeah, but we're not going to use the time. We're going to use the number of little blocks. How many little blocks do we have in one big block?
You said 1,500.
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiply by 300.
There's 5 little boxes.
Yes, in
And
each
one
block.
big box?
See, we have 300 big blocks, right? In 1 minute. But each block has 5 little ones. So if we're gonna use the 5 little blocks method, we're gonna multiply 5 little blocks times 100.
1,500.
1,500, which is what we have there.
I'm sorry, you said we're going to do...
Now the question
You
is
said we're going to do 5 times what?
300.
Thank you.
Remember that we have 300 big blocks in 1 minute. But now we're not going to use the 300. We're going to use the little blocks because we're not going to use the large blocks. So if we're going to use the small blocks, we have to count the number of little blocks in one big block and multiply it by 300, right? Makes sense. Because if I have 300 large blocks, but I'm going to use not the big blocks, but the small blocks, now I have to multiply 300 big for the little ones that are 5. So that will be 1,500. So if you have a question in your exam when they ask you how many small blocks, remember they use these terms, little blocks or small blocks on an EKG. Then if it is little, small blocks, we have 1,500. How many large blocks in 1 minute?
300.
300. And remember, because we have 5 little blocks in each block, in each big block, well, we have to multiply by 300, and then we have 1,500. So let's say that we are going to determine now how to calculate. So what we're gonna do is, instead of using 300 divided by the number of big boxes, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna divide 1,500 by the number of little boxes. Makes sense, right?
By 5.
No, by the number of little boxes depends on how many little boxes are there.
5.
So we're gonna do it. Look, what I want you to understand, yeah, this is not simple. Remember, if you have big boxes in between the QR and the QRS, we're gonna count the number of big boxes and we're gonna divide that by 300, right?
Yeah.
So if you have, remember the table that I gave you. Now, instead of doing that, now we're gonna divide 1,500 by the number of small boxes. We're gonna do it so you understand how that actually works. Remember, at the beginning it's not easy. Everything is unknown for you. So now that we go through all these, we're gonna do it.
Can you go back when you finish?
So this one?
No, to the one that you just left over. Like when you finish showing whatever, can you go back to that?
This?
The one that you just left over. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you finish, can you go back to that?
Yeah. Okay, so this is regular or irregular?
Hold on.
I think it's regular.
I think it's
It's
irregular.
Remember, don't look at, oh, it's upside down. No, we're not saying here does the patient has a problem or not. No. Regular is it from here to here, from here to here, the same space?
So it's regular.
Regular,
'Cause it
because
looked like
the
it's the
timing, no, the timing is the same. It's just varies a little bit. So from here to here. Is the same as from here to here?
Yeah.
From here to here?
Yeah.
From here to here is very similar. Look at that. So it is regular. I'm going to tell you a little exceptions to the rule. If you look at the numbers right here, this is 23, 23, 23, 23, 23 and a half, 23 and a half, 24. To be considered regular, you can have the same number of blocks, whether big blocks or small blocks, in between the R's. Is that understood? Or QRS's, whatever you're going to call. Usually we have the R's. We don't say, we count the number of QRS in 1/6 method, utilizing the 6 method technique, right? But here we are not gonna use that. We're gonna use from the R to the R because we're going from this tip to this tip to that tip. Now, exceptions to the rule. If we find an EKG that has 1 or 2 blocks, more or less, it can go beyond. This is 23, 23, this is 24. This can be 25. But it goes back to 23, 24, 20. Anything in between 23 and 25, it is normal.
What if it goes lower than 23?
If it goes not like this is 23, the other one was 21, or either or, whether less or whether more.
Okay.
This is 23, but it went 21. That's fine. And the next 23, 23, 21, 21, it can be 2 more or less.
Okay.
You can go beyond 2 blocks and below 2 blocks.
No.
Still considered regular.
And if you go below.
More than that, if you have 3 or 4, that's abnormal.
Okay.
But if it is below 21 23, 21, 23. That's normal.
Okay.
23, 24, 25. That's normal. That's regular. Not normal, regular. Because it is just a little difference in between them. You know what I mean? So that's it. Now, if we're gonna count here, is this from here to here 2 blocks? No, because this has to be right here in this line, and this in this line for me to use the big blocks. Because I cannot have one little block off. It doesn't work the way. Here, I don't have any of these. None of them kind of meets the criteria, all getting it in one block. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the method of the little boxes. So you don't have to count every single box. Count the big boxes because we know that there are 5 little boxes in one big one, right? So let's say that I use this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Big.
How many little blocks?
I can't see.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 10.
4 times 5, 20. 5 little blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, times 4, 20. But then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. Now, how am I gonna do it?
24.
I'm gonna divide 500, 1500
By 24.
divided 24. The number of little, now you understand?
Yeah.
Or
now
the
we-
number, and here if it is 4 blocks, 3 divided by 4, big blocks. Here we're gonna divide it by 24. So what is the result?
Oh, I'm bad at division, baby.
Oh no. Then we use the calculator because it's a big number, right?
62.
Correct.
5. So then the heart rate and the other one was, I forgot.
1500.
No worries.
Always divide
So for
by-
this one will be 1500 divided 24, 62, right?
Yeah.
Now, if it says 62.5, you can go to 63, you can leave it 62. Now, is that regular or irregular? That is normal or abnormal?
That's
heart rate?
normal.
It's normal because it's between 60 and 100 beats per minute. So that's the first thing that we do when we calculate the heart rate for our patients, because we need to know if the heart rate is normal or abnormal. Then we go for the rhythm, and then we go for other changes that we're gonna see if the patient is having a condition and which condition is it. So that's basically what it is. Let's say that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. If it is 5 big blocks, what will be the heart rate for this patient?
You said 5?
Yeah, 5 big
5,
blocks.
10, 15, 20, 25. 25 divided by 1500.
No, 300 divided by 5 blocks.
Oh,
60.
we're doing
Because
we're
we
doing the big
remember
boxes,
I'm
yeah.
doing the big boxes.
Okay.
okay.
If
So-
I said 300 divided, whenever we talk about big boxes, we talk
do
about 300.
Small boxes,
Little boxes or
1500.
small boxes, we're talking about 1500.
Okay.
Okay.
So what was the question you asked again? I didn't.
300 divided by
Okay, so what is the heart rate of this patient?
Oh, because I don't know.
5 blocks.
300 divided 5, 60.
60. Baby, I'm bad at division.
I'm bad at math.
See? For this one, it's very easy. Eliminate 1 0. 30 divide 5. 0.
Professor, if I did not learn math
Really?
in the 35 years,
Where,
Hmm?
where did the 5 come from? Where did
Where did this come from?
5? Where did the 5 come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 big blocks. Calculating the heart rate. Assuming that this is right here. If you're gonna use the 6 blocks. All the big blocks.
Is that all? Is it 5?
Okay, don't go by that because you guys getting lost with this. No, just use this one. We have 24. Remember, this is 23, right? So let's say that this is 23, but this is not 23. It's 24 because it's right here, right? So 1500 divided by 24.
5.
equals 62.
I have a question.
Sure.
The numbers on the bottom, that's how many boxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, in your EKG, you're not gonna have that.
Okay.
Because that will be a given, right? No, you have to count it. But if you really count right here, this is one block less. So I have 24 right here, not 23. So whoever did the counting, went to the same school as I did. So this is the small blocks, right? Getting that? There are 24 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 20, 24.
But
Because it's the small blocks, then we're gonna divide 1524. If there were 23, then we put here 23.
But didn't he count 23 because that line is covering one block?
Yeah,
You see, like right here, from there to the next one.
this
The
one.
next one is not covering one block,
This is
not
right
covered.
here and on the big line.
so we go by that,
Yeah,
by
because
the
that's
by the bottom.
yeah, but the bottom.
So-
Yeah. We don't go by here. No, it's
Okay.
by the end, the end.
Okay. No.
Because it's the tip.
The
What
tip.
the end of the deflection
Okay.
of the wave. Now, in an exam, they're gonna tell you there are 20 little blocks. Immediately, see, 20 little blocks. So what method I'm gonna use?
1500.
1500. If they said there are
Keywords
6 big boxes or big blocks, I know the fact that telling me there are big blocks, I think about
Big
300.
box 300.
Exactly.
Big box 1500.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you're gonna answer your questions. Other than that, it will be impossible unless you have the EKG in front of you. But if you're not seeing it, they have to tell you. Other than others, they will ask you using the memory method. Now you know that the memory method goes the big blocks and the small blocks. So that's what you have to immediately think about it. Yes?
So.
What's going on?
That is back box 1, 2, 3, 4.
The gap,
Because it says right there.
because the gaps is big. That gap right there is
Because
bigger
if
than
you
that gap.
measure from here to here, from here to here, from here
It's
to
different
here,
numbers.
it's totally different. Which method are we gonna use for this type of EKG?
The first one.
The
6
6
seconds.
That's
Correct.
sorry.
No, it's alright. 6 seconds because it's irregular. Now we can see it right here. Look at the difference. 17, 20, 30, 11, 21. There is
It's
no
irregular.
irregular. There is nothing that you can do about it. See, in a regular one, I can just pick this one because this one is the same as this one, so I just pick one. Here, I have to measure this using the 6 method. So what is the heart rate of that EKG?
80?
It's regular.
80?
Are we doing the six?
This is the 6 method. What is the heart rate for this?
Irregular.
So that.
No, what is the heart rate?
Oh, you want us to actually do the math?
That.
Not the rhythm.
10, 20,
The heart rate.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 80.
Wow.
Remember, when I ask the heart rate, no, I'm not saying, when they ask you if it is regular or irregular, they will tell you that. Is this heart rate regular or irregular? But if I said, which is the heart rate for this patient? Now you have to give me numbers
Oh, okay.
using the methods.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will say, is this regular or irregular? Now you know that it's irregular, and in order for me to calculate the heart rate on this patient, I have to use the first method that we mentioned, which is the 6-second method, remember. And it will be counting the number of QRS and multiply them by 10. Remember, that's how it works. this, regular or irregular?
Regular.
Irregular.
25, 25, 26, 25, 26. This has 43. There is exception to the rule. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
If you remember, if you go beyond 2 little boxes, below 2 little boxes, is considered regular. It's also considered regular if you have one, only one, that goes off the charts.
Okay, so only one.
Right, you have to have one QRS that goes different. Still considered regular. Well, then we're going to talk about why, but for now we're just looking at the picture. Regular or irregular?
Regular.
Let me see, hold on.
Look at the numbers. But let's say that you don't see the numbers, just think about, oh, from here to here, from here to here.
I said
Then
regular
look.
because it's all in the same range.
Exactly. But then there is something right here.
It's smaller.
Yeah, but there's only one. So
That's
then
why it's regular.
it's regular. But we're going to call it differently. It has some exceptions. Okay, they say regularity based on heart rate calculations. Now we're going to talk about these different presentations of an EKG. Still considered regular, but due to something that happens only once during all these heart cycle, okay? So regular rhythms interpreted by premature beats or pauses. The two presentations from the images that I already presented to you has these different types. One is an interrupted or premature beats. You're gonna see that. That's basically what it is. What is premature?
Early?
Correct. Something that went before. When the heart is beating regularly, right? Beat, beat, beat. Suddenly it changes only once. Due to something, not because it's abnormal. See? You're walking right here and then suddenly you step on something and you kind of tumble, right? Or fall. Your heart rate is going to change immediately. Are you going to die from the heart? Are you having a heart attack? Are you sick? No, it's the changes on your activity, something that happens. You were walking right here and somebody scared you, or you saw a car almost, crashing you. You're going to get scared, right? Your heart is going to beat, but that's going to go immediately. As soon as that passes, your heart is going to continue normally. These are different events that can happen. You get scared, you turn around and you see something, then your heart beats differently. You jump from one place, you step or misstep on the stairs, and then your heart, because you got kind of scared, right?
Yeah.
So there are certain things that makes your heart to skip a beat or to have to beat faster. So if I'm scared, listen, I'm regular walking right here, my heart is normal, and something happened, well, my heart is going to beat faster. Then it's going to go faster than. Then I'm going to see one of the beats that are going to be closer to the other one, because now I got scared and my heart is beating faster. That's basically what it is. So if we're going to look at an EKG, we're going to see that happening. It's going to be a premature, an early wave. The other one will be uninterrupted by a pause, meaning the heartbeat disappears. You don't see the QRS on that EKG. You might not see the beat, the QRS, one beat disappears. But you're gonna see the space where that, that beat's supposed to be. So that's basically what it's telling you right there. So it's gonna be regular with an interrupted or regular with a premature beat. Still, it's considered normal. How do I know that it's still considered normal? Because there is only one difference between all the rhythm. Everything is normal until you get to this little beat. And then everything continues normal and normal and normal. And with an interrupted. Now, there is an interruption right here, see? This bit is 11. Something happened right here with the heart, so now this is long. If we unite these two, we might have like right here in the middle. So it went faster. So that was premature, remember. It went faster than the other. This came before it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be here, but because something happened at that moment, so then the heartbeat skips, kind of goes faster than normal, and you're gonna see it closer. But then continues normal without problem. So this will be interrupted with a premature beat. The other one will be interrupted, but with a pause. With a pause, we're not gonna see anything. You see, here is supposed to be another beat.
It's supposed to be another QR.
Yeah, exactly. But it's missing. Why? Because it disappeared. Something happened in that moment. Does not imply now if I have two of these consecutively on one of these strips, that is a condition. That's a problem. Remember, this is like you. You come every day to class. One day you didn't show up. Are you gonna fail the class because of that? Somebody's gonna make noise because of that. Not supposed to, right? But someone who comes all the time late, never comes to class, well, attend the class very regularly, that's a party, right? That's something that is going on. Something is going on. Here, it's just little something. You got an emergency, something like that, but all the time come here. So that's regularity and irregularity. When you see the pattern, you go to work every day, start at 7 in the morning, leave at 5, every day you are on time, you are regular. Irregular, you go one day, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, you leave at 3, sometimes you don't show up, that's irregular. That's basically what it is. So, just for you to remember, sometimes you go too early. One day you went too early, the office was not open. Then you learn your lesson, say, oh, this office is open at this time. Anyways, I had to be at that time. So let's say that you were premature, you were earlier. So one of them, or you were late. So the same thing. So whenever you see this regularity, but only one thing that does not match, something that is off, still consider regular. Here is just a repetition of what we did. We're gonna calculate the heart rhythm, irregular rhythms. Remember, when you use the irregular rhythms, usually we have to use, remember, the 6 method. Always, because there is no way we can just calculate a regular rhythm using the large boxes or the small boxes, because all of them has to meet the same thing. Our intervals vary throughout the strip with no pattern. The rhythm is inextricably chaotic. See, this is what is going on. Let's go back to the picture so you can understand all this. Who can understand that? Doesn't follow any directions. It's everywhere. I cannot count. See, where is the intervals? I don't see the intervals. I'm not gonna be able to count the intervals, and some of them I will be able to, but then it is one longer than the other. See, they are separated different distances. I don't know what's really going on right there. So that is chaotic. That is irregular. So just the fact that they are not following the same pace, so the rhythm is irregular. So basically what it is. The other ones, you will see that they are like, see, very nice, like every little distance in between the QRSs or the Rs are like in the same distance, the same pace, because that's how the heart is supposed to be. It's the same pace. Beats, closes, opens and closes, opens and closes. But if it kind of beats and stay too long for the next beat, and then beats very fast, and then beats, and then it stops, your heart is not functioning properly. So that's what's going on right here. Okay, regular or irregular?
I think it's,
Irregular.
I think it's regular.
Look wider.
Okay, I know as soon as I see it, well, you know, like 100 years experience,
I'm dead.
but let's use a different color.
Cause I know that one right there is smaller, but that one right there look wider.
Yeah, don't let anything goes on your way. Here, here. Oops,
Just
is it?
wider,
Is it?
wider.
Is it?
Irregular then.
Irregular. If you
Okay.
see two not consistent waves from here to here, as soon as you see it, no. It's not that it's go beyond here. Don't get full port because they are not on the base. No. Think about the distance between here and here, here and here. If I see that here and here and here and here is not the same, I know that is more than two inconsistencies. So immediately I said it's irregular. Is that understood?
Yes.
So now this is a little messed up because I don't see anything and I see a bunch of little waves here and there, not kind of clear. So they said, but don't go by that, go by this. So this is irregular. What is the heart rate for this patient?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110? 110? That's over. That's too much.
What is it?
110.
110.
110. 11 times 10 times 10 is 110. That's it. Now, is it normal?
No.
No, it's beyond, it's over. So what condition has this patient?
High blood pressure now.
Correct.
Oh shit.
What?
And high blood pressure. If it were less than 60, low blood pressure.
That's how I be feeling.
What is the medical term for high blood pressure?
Let's see.
¿Cuál es el medical term for low?
Tachycardia?
Hmm?
What's that?
Hmm?
Tachycardia?
No, tachycardia. Okay, yes. But if the heart rate is beyond 100, it's tachycardia. If it is below 60, it's gonna call bradycardia.
Brady.
Over.
Oh.
Remember the Brady Bunch?
Brady
So
down.
now, if we're talking about blood pressure, then we're gonna talk about hypertension and hypotension.
Oh.
Is
Lower than 60 is
Brady
what?
cardia is lower.
Brady.
Right?
Yeah, and tighten
Yeah.
up.
How you spell it? Yeah.
Oh no, baby, that's not. I should keep showing you.
see tachycardia,
Tachycardia.
bradycardia. Below 60 bradycardia, above 100 tachycardia. If it is blood pressure beyond normal levels is hypertension. Below normal levels will be hypotension. Think about people when it says, "Oh, you hyper." It's because you are
You bouncing around.
right.
High blood pressure. And hypo means down.
Mm-hmm. Hypo means lower. Hyper, higher. because this is important. And these are questions for the exam. That's where you need to know the normal values. So when you encounter the abnormal, high or low, you understand what the terms are used for that.